Hey guys, Barn Door here. Today I just wanted to make kind of a quicker video about everything that you should be doing, everything that I've done already in Shadowlands, right? I mean, we're week one, and the question is what do I need to get done? What should I be doing every day? What do I need to do before the end of the week? That sort of thing. So really quickly, I just wanted to take you through everything that you need to quote unquote finish or do what you need to do every day and every week up until the arena and the Mythic Plus and the raid come out. So let's go through. The first thing I want to show you guys about is going to be uh, you have to do your you have to do your campaign, right? So you have to do all of the quest line. You have to do Maldraxxus Bastion, Ardenweald, Rivendreth. It all starts in the Maw. You have to get through the campaign on at least one character in order to pick your covenant. And so once you pick your covenant, it's going to start this thing right here called, I'm Night Fae, but it's called the uh, Covenant Campaign. And basically, all, it'll have you do a couple quests. It'll send you to Torghast as well to get familiar with Torghast. But the furthest that you can get that this week is as you see where I've got it, chapter 2 of 9 complete, because you have to earn renown 5 in order to continue the campaign. We'll talk about renown here in a second. But so make sure the first thing you do is finish all of your zones, finish your whole quest line, get to your covenant, and then do your covenant campaign, right? So that's going to be one of the most important things. And then from there, your covenant campaign will all hinge on your renown. So if you come over here to your little covenant sanctum there, you see that I'm renown 3. Renown 3 is it's the farthest that you can get this week. I believe you can get renown 5 next week. You should be able to get there should be 2 quests that you get per week that will able to increase your renown level, right? One will be for getting 1,000 anima, and the other filling up your sanctum, and the other will be some kind of different miscellaneous quest, to my knowledge, unless they change it on us. But yeah, so you should be renowned 3, and you should have your whole campaign done. And so what are these things right here? This is another very, very important thing right here. And I saved mine for the day so that I could show you guys. So these callings, there's 3 of them, right? You can get 3 at a time, but you'll probably only ever have 1 if you're doing this daily, because this is the same thing as emissaries, right? That it's the same thing as, let me go back here. Let me do this. Let me show you guys. It's the same thing as going to the Broken Isles. See, it's the same thing as this, right? It's just the emissaries. It's the same thing as war effort. That's what it is. It's only this expansion, it's called your callings, right? And then so once you get done with that, you'll come over into your campaign. You get this little tribute thing, and sometimes it'll give you good rewards. It'll also give you, if you see, you can't really see it, but it gives you 1,500 reps. So just like the emissaries. So sometimes it gives you good rewards, but like if you look, right, what did I get from these rewards? Uh, this is worth 500 gold. This is worth 500 gold, and this is worth 600 gold. So I basically just got 1,500 plus gold for doing that. So it doesn't give you any sort of like extra anima or renown all the time, but it is definitely worth doing it for the rep for everything. So you finished your campaign. You've got to your covenant. You've done your covenant campaign. You've done all your callings. What do you do next? Well, you need to come over here, right? There is a quest in your sanctum, right? There's a quest for me. It was like right around where I do my sanctum upgrades right here. Um, in your sanctum, there's a quest to start what everybody loves, the mission table, right? So the mission table. One thing, so it's taken me a little bit of time to figure this out, it's taken me a little bit of time to figure out what's going to be the best way to do this, right? Um, so I've got two companions. One's level 11, one's level 5. I'll explain here in a little bit when I get to the Torghast segment on how to get a second companion during this first week. But here's one thing. So I can't put one of my companions over here to start it, but just pretend that I have my companion right there. Here's what you should do, right? I didn't realize this, but you can sit here and these troops, they're unlimited. You can sit here and load up, 6 of them, right? But what you should do is you should put your troops in the front, right? Throw a healer in the back, and then throw your companion or your champion companion or whatever in the back. So because what I was doing when I first started this, right, was I would put one of the troops here, and then I got another troop here, and then I'll put my companion here, and then that's all. Leave the 2 slots open. Well, that's gimping yourself, right? That all that is not playing with everything you can. So you can sit here and drag this all everywhere. Also, this whole new system, the way that it works is, if you look at the way the enemies are set up right here, they've got their troops, they've got their melee in the front, they've got their ranged in the back, right? And if they had healers, they'd probably put them in the back as well. That stuff kind of matters. So you really need to be careful where you place it. You don't want to sit here and put the healer front and center so that they're the first person to die. So very important you start working on your mission table, or as they call it, adventures. So very important that you get that done as well. Let's see, you got your world quest, you've got all the different stuff. Let's go to the next segment, which is you need to be getting your Mythic Zeros done, right? And so, you looking at my gear, I'm at like 177 equipped right now. So for this first week, for the next week, for every week up until Mythic Plus and the raid and everything are up, you need to be getting your Mythic Zeros done. That will give you a chance at optimizing as best as you can. So if you look, I've got what would be considered my best in slot stats for my bracers, right? I've got haste and verse there. But if I go to my helmet, right, I've got haste and mastery. Ooh, that's just for a demon hunter. You don't want haste mastery. You want haste verse. So that still has to be optimized. But I have a whole nother week of Mythic Zeros, right? There are 8 dungeons. You want to go through and do every single one of those mythics. From my experience, I didn't start going into mythics until about 140, 145 item level. I started with my group. We were all 140 item level, and then from there we stepped into a heroic for the first time. We did our first heroic. It seemed easy enough. We kind of learned the mechanics, and then after that first heroic, we stepped into mythic. It was a little harder. I would suggest maybe doing a couple heroics if your guys isn't super geared. But getting your Mythic Zeros done for the week is definitely a must, right? You've got to pick up some of this gear. And so, your Mythic Zeros, and once you have all of those Mythic Zeros, if you want to itemize as correctly as you can, you need to be doing some PvP as well. So if you'll see, I have my rank 3 Sinful Aspirant's shoulders. That is going to be my best in slot for haste and verse for right now, until I can upgrade it further or find a Mythic Zero or Mythic Plus haste verse piece. How do you upgrade your honor gear? Well, that's very simple. Let's go check it out, and I will show you guys right now exactly how you upgrade your honor gear. So, guys, this is kind of the order that I've done everything. I just want to let you guys know you do not have to do everything in this order, except for the campaign. You kind of have to do the campaign before you can do anything else, because you have to get your covenant. So, let's go ahead and head over here. I'm not gonna cut and edit this part of the video, because I want you guys to see when you first come into Orbos where exactly this honor vendor is. So you're going to want to come over here into like the Enclave, the Hall of the Shapes type area. So you're going to want to come over here, keep going, and so you're going to want to come to right about here. So right here, it's in the Enclave, right next to the Covenant, where you choose your Covenant. This is going to be right here, the Assessor of Conflict. This is going to be your honor vendor. And from here, you can go and you can choose anything you want. Now, all of this stuff is available for different levels of honor, but it's only available at rank 1. Barn, I already got something at rank 1. How do I get it to rank 3? Well, once you have enough honor, you're gonna take that piece and you're gonna bring it over here to this facilitator of conflict, and then all you need to do is take that piece and drag it over here. Now, rank 3 is going to be the highest rank that you can get for this week. Probably for next week as well, unless there's another way to get renown that they come out with. Um, but you see, so because you see what I'm talking about, right? You see where it says renown 7. Um, but getting it up to rank 3 does give you 171 item level. So what I'm saying for right now is honor gear is a great way to fill in the gaps and get yourself itemized. This will also be able to rank up to near raid level gear once you're able to get your renown up. Um, and then obviously once the season comes out, you'll be able to come to this guy who has every single iteration of haste verse mass, different haste verse, crit verse. So this guy will be able to have every single iteration of the pieces that you need, and he has conduits that you could need. Right. So let's recap here really quick. The things that you should be doing on this first week and every week up until the raid comes out. Right. You need to be doing your campaign. You need to finish all of the zones. You pick your covenant, do your covenant campaign, and then from there you need to do everything you can do in your sanctum as far as finishing your callings, getting your renown level up, and doing your adventures. So other than that, and by the way, this leads us into our next segment, which is daily stuff. Daily stuff that you need to be doing is, as I mentioned earlier, the calling, right? So you need to be doing your calling dailies, and you need to be doing your maw dailies, right? And what we're going to do here is we're going to go down to the maw, and I'm going to show you kind of what these dailies look like. And then after we get done with that, I will finish with the last segment, which is talking about Torghast. We'll explain Torghast here a little bit for you guys. I don't know about anybody else. I think the Maw is one of the art assets. The everything here is just absolutely awesome. So now that we are here in the Maw, okay, this guy doesn't have any dailies for me today. Usually he will have a daily or something, but you can see I've got dailies out here. Oh, hold on, let me go back to this guy. Let me show you guys. So what are these dailies doing? They are giving you this thing called Stygia. This Stygia is basically only used, to my knowledge, on this vendor, and but he's used for permanent upgrades that you can use in Torghast and permanent upgrades that you can use in the Maw. And so what these will do is these will help you while you're going through Torghast. These will help you while you're going through the Maw. It's different thing. Like one of them is a transportation network. Another one is a different kind of vendors that will allow you to buy things in Torghast for a lot cheaper than they let you. Let's see. So also getting your daily quest done with this guy increase his quote unquote reputation or your standing with this guy. If you look, my standing with this guy is apprehensive for right now. And so like the more you get your reputation up with this guy, the closer you get to filling it up to where you can buy this right here, which may be somebody's best in slot legendary, which is the Memory of the Jailer's Eye. So from there, let's go ahead and let's check out these dailies, and let me talk to you guys about another thing that's going on in the Maw. Right here, you see the Wrath of the Jailer, and we're gonna go check that out. So, the Wrath of the Jailer, what that is it's this little daily event thing that's going on down here in the Maw that has a chance to give you item level 183 gear. So, okay, where's our dailies? Here we go. So from here, this is one of the dailies that you need to do. There will be random dailies that will spawn all throughout here, and sometimes the guy will give you the dailies as well. Basically, these just help you with the Stygia. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one up. I'm not gonna do it right now. And they are affected by the war mode bonus. But right now, I'm gonna try to get to this Wrath of the Jailer event so that I can show you guys exactly what this is. So basically, it's a it's an event that's going on, kind of like if you remember the Legion assaults or the BFA assaults, where this is where X, Y, and Z are happening, and so it fills up with this progress bar. This is a different progress bar, but it fills up with this progress bar over here to where it shows you how close you are to unlocking the final boss of unlocking the final boss of the area. Ooh, but don't get lost here. And then once you unlock that final boss, it'll be called, I believe, the Executioner. So you'll kill all these random stuff. Okay, so defeat the Jailer's forces. You can see we're at 6% of the Jailer's forces defeated. All right, this guy's just a bonus objective. So now that we're here, you can see all of these like random things that we kill. All these random things that we kill here in the Maw are gonna so if you see what this guy's killing right over here, everything you kill down here in this area will give you percentage. See, look, we're at 8% right now, and we just one kill brings you up to 10%. So once you get this to 100%, a boss will come down specifically for the Wrath of the Jailer. And then this boss will come down called the Executioner, as we started earlier. And once you kill him, it's going to take at least a group of 5. I mean, if you can get more, I would say. But I would say have at least 5 people. And he does have a chance to drop things like item level 183 epic gear. So, from that... Wait, hold on, let me just do one of those there really quick. Anyways, next up. We talked about the Wrath of the Jailer. We talked about the dailies. Now, I'm going to use my Cipher of Relocation, which you can buy at the vendor here. It takes you right back to this guy. You can go here. You can go buy one of these Cipher of Relocation. It's basically like a Hearthstone in the Maw. It's basically like a Hearthstone in the Maw that brings you back to here. I would recommend, like, if you're going all the way over here to the Tremeculum to do this world quest, making sure that you have one of these Cipher of Relocations in order to maximize your time, because you guys see this thing right up here called the Eye of the Jailer. You can't stay out in the Maw for too long. Once you're out in the Maw for maybe even an hour, you will start getting towards this tier 4 and tier 5 to where you'll just get randomly one shot and mobs will appear. So, next up, our next segment, or one of our last segments here, we talked about, just a quick recap, we talked about getting all of your garrison, or sorry, not garrison, what in the world am I saying? Getting all of your campaign done, all 4 zones, then getting your Covenant unlocked, your Covenant campaign done, doing everything in your sanctum to get renown 3, doing your callings and doing your adventures. We talked about doing your mythic plus doing your mythic zeros and doing your PvP in order to get your best in slot gear in order to fill in any gaps you have and get yourself as geared as you possibly can coming up on this season. We talked about the Maw. We talked about the dailies with the callings and the dailies with the Maw. Last segment we need to talk about is going to be a weekly segment. This is going to be Torghast. So, you go through the portal right next to the guy that I just went through here, and hopefully we load in soon. You go through this portal, it'll take you into Torghast, and from there, this week there are 2 wings that you need to do. And right about there was where I sat a 30-minute load screen. Small indie company, Blizzard. Okay, to finish off the video we've got here, we're going to talk about Torghast. We're going to talk about our what you need to do weekly at Torghast. So it's a little confusing at start, so just stick with me here. There are 2 wings. You can see the Soul Forges and the Upper Reaches. Each of those wings has 3 layers to them. Now each of those 3 layers has 6 different floors to them, but don't worry about the floors right now. Just worry about the 2 wings. So when you go, you can either do this solo or you can do it with a group. You can do it with a group of up to 5 people. All you got to do is gather all of your people in front of Torghast and just walk in, right? And so you can see there are 3 layers. There are 2 wings. Each wing will look like this, as 3 layers. Each week, this is going to be, you can see I've already received my rewards. This is going to be how you're going to get your soul ash to farm and to get ready for your legendaries. So each layer has 6 floors in it to complete the 1 layer, but don't even worry about that. Just worry about getting the layer done. You need to get all 3 layers done in each of the wings, right? So you've got 1 wing right here called the Soul Forges, and you've got your other wing called the Upper Reaches right here. Again, there are 3 layers. It gets progressively more difficult. I did not really notice a difficulty shift from 1 to 2, but I really did notice the difficulty amped up when you got to layer number 3. So, this is where you're going to get your soul ash. And remember, earlier with your Covenant campaign, I said that you're going to get another follower. Do all of your layers, do all 6 layers on, and do 3 layers per wing. You will receive a bonus follower for your Covenant if you do all of the side items. So depending on what Covenant you are, there's going to be these bonus objectives within the Torghast to, I don't know, like free or like unshackle your follower, right? For me, I'm Night Fae, so it was a Night Fae sprite that was in there that was trapped, and then you reunited her with whatever you needed to do. Basically, you just do the objective, and then from there you get a new follower for your campaign. Very useful, gonna help out. So now we're here. Let's end this video here in the right way, right? Let's do an overall recap. So, first, you need to finish getting 60 and then do all of your zones. You need to pick your Covenant and do the Covenant campaign. From there, you need to do all of your different Covenant dailies, your callings, and you need to do your adventure table as well. From there, make sure you finish your Mythic Zeros. Make sure you get your gear and fill in any gaps you need with PvP if you want to do PvP. If you're okay with having gaps in your gear, then that's you. But I recommend filling in any gaps you can with the PvP gear that you're able to level up. From there, right, you need to get to the Maw. You need to do your Maw dailies. You need to do your campaign dailies. Or your Covenant dailies, I mean. And then you need to do Torghast. Torghast is what allows you to get those legendaries. So, doing all of this will put you in the most advantageous position going into Raid. right? You do this every day, every week, up until the raid tier releases, up until the arena season releases, and I promise you, you will be ready for day one for the gates to open. So without further ado, barn door here, 2700 Gladiator Demon Hunter, looking to be the next rank 1. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.